If I've ever taught you privately on how to make powder detergent, by now you will know that there are three different ways or methods of making powder detergent. The first method is the one the big companies use, Ariel Omo, which is called the spray dryer tower method. This spray dryer tower method gives you a very lightweight end product. The end product is very light and fluffy with free flowing characteristics. So you can pack a very bulk order and then the weight is actually less. It is actually, consumers actually appreciate it more. The second method is known as the agglomeration method. This agglomeration method makes use of both dry ingredients and then the wet binders. The wet binders helps you to form agglomerate where you can also crush it into granules to form your powder detergent. This is the method that most companies, medium scale companies, use in making their powder detergents, because the end weight, the end product is actually lighter in weight. They are normally called medium weight. And then the last method, of which anybody can make, that you randomly see, is known as the dry mixing method. This dry mixing method means that you are practically working with all dry components apart from probably your lapsa, which is your foaming agent. This dry mixing method always end up having the end product always coming out to be heavyweight. But in this video, I'll try to bring up some of the features of agglomeration method into this dry mixing method. Is more like an upgraded way of you to make a very high quality powder detergent with a very little capital. This procedure, you don't need much to make it. You don't need a very big setup field or company. You don't need a very big production site for it. A very little production site and less equipment, you should be able to make it. With your mixers and your drying beds, you should be able to make this kind of powder detergent without spending much about it. If you have been thinking about how to go into powder detergent production and you don't even know your left and right on how to go about it, this procedure I'll be teaching you today will give you a very high quality powder detergent. I'll also teach you on how to package it on a low scale and sell. And then, in fact, everything will actually be discussed. Both the recipe will go, you'll see it, you'll see how the procedure works in this process. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. You actually enjoy this production because it's kind of a company formulation. This is the best you can get anywhere on the internet. So stay tuned and keep watching. The end product of this recipe is actually very wow. It checks the boxes of what a very good powder detergent should look like. It will have good aroma. It will be free flowing without having clumps, just like you saw it in the beginning of this video. It will be very neat and white. The color and appearance should be very appealing to your customers' eyes. It should be able to remove stains from fabrics. Therefore, we'll be making use of some detergent boosters in this recipe to be able to help us remove stains. And then it will also be eco-friendly. And as much as possible, we will try to limit the cost of production. So if this is what you're interested in or what you want to watch, if this is what you are interested in, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel and keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel on Bamglam DIY. So stay tuned as we move forward in this video. Welcome back to my channel. This is SLS rice. It has this rice texture, or it comes in granules. You need to actually pound it and turn it into powder. It's very easy. It will be our secondary surfactant. It will offer us some detergency, boost our ladder, foaming, and the rest. Why the primary foaming agent is lapsa. Lapsa is called sulphonic acid. This is the primary and the basic foaming agent that is used in almost 99.99% of all detergent or powder detergent you buy out there. So measure out 400 grams of sulphonic acid and combine it with 400 grams of water. Make sure you mix very well. Don't worry, sulfonic acid is an acid, so it easily spreads inside water. So just combine it very well. Don't make sure you use the exact quantity I'm using. The list of the materials I'll be using will be listed in the middle of the video. I normally drop it so that you guys can actually screenshot it and make use of it. So just mix it very well and then set it aside. I'll also try to drop it later in the description box below. Meanwhile, after mixing the paste, set it aside. Like I said, instead of making the dry mixing method, of which you use the sulfonic acid the way it is, combine it with your dry component, I went ahead to mix it with a little bit of water to be able to help me form some. Like I said, I just wanted to upgrade the dry mixing method into the agglomeration method. So I'm trying to combine the two methods together to get the best quality of powder detergent. So just follow my method the way it is. Right now, the only dry ingredient in this mixing bowl is only soda ash. Is what? Only soda ash. If it is were to be a pure dry mixing method, they just combine all the dry ingredients, add the lobster to it, mix everything, sun dry and package. But this method is different, so please pay good attention. What I'm doing now is called neutralization reaction. So you need a very good base like soda ash, which is sodium carbonate, and then combine it with the lobster, which is sulfonic acid. It will actually neutralize. You see it kind of floating. That's the chemical reaction called neutralization reaction. Allow that reaction to get completed. Allow it to get completed, and then mix it everything. It will just look like a dough before you continue. Now we're adding in what I added just now is sodium tripolyphosphate, known as STPP. I'm using about 1 kg of it. It just helps to, just like soda ash is a water softener. It's also a cleaning agent. It is mostly found as a filler in a lot of powdered detergent recipe. And then the next thing, which is the filler, is the main filler is sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate acts as the major filler in producing powder detergent. Actually, if you are making powder detergent, your basic ingredient is your foaming agent, lobster, soda ash, your cleaning agent, which is your washing soda, and then your filler, which is sodium sulfate. The rest najara. So but you actually need the whole of them to be able to make the recipe, will I say, to make it perfect. It's just like making a cake. You actually need the rest of the things. Now what I added now is sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is known as baking soda. Is baking soda the one that is used in the baking store? You actually need it to help you for your lightweight purpose. You actually need it's like in a powdered form. It doesn't have the feel and the texture of soda ash and the rest of them. Please bear in mind I'm using soda ash dense. It's not even light. The major soda ash, the type you need for making powder detergent, is soda ash light, but I don't have soda ash light, so I'm making use of soda ash dense. There is no more difference between the two. It's just that their density is actually different, but that does not mean you can't make it your powder detergent with soda ash dense. Right now the price of soda ash light is actually through the roof, so I'm making use of soda ash dense, and then I added in my SLS powder. That was the last thing I added, was that SLS powder that I grounded. Then I mixed everything together. Now after mixing everything together, the next thing you have to do is to pour it into something and then air dry. It's actually dry, but you remember we added a little bit of water, so we are going to sun dry it. If it is a company that is making this production now, they surely have their drying beds or their drying machine where they turn this particular mixture into. That's the second machine they normally make use of after their ribbon mixers. That second machine does the drying and then the spraying, or the drying and then everything just comes out. So this is the recipe on the screen. Try as much as possible to just screenshot it. If you can't get it from the video, just check the description box. I will be sure to come back to make sure to type it into this description box. We are going to air this for just few hours. Being that we are also in the Hamatan season right now in Nigeria, if you should air this probably in the morning time, before afternoon, it should be properly dried. Try as much as possible. If you air it, you should be trying to check it time to time to make sure that it is drying well. Now the last thing, I've brought it back in, is dried. You can see the texture have actually changed. It is now free flowing and no longer clumping together. Now what I'm adding in now is called sodium percarbonate. Sodium percarbonate are known as detergent boosters. These are the things that help you to remove stains on your clothes. It is also known as color safe chlorine. It is like a bleach. It's also called oxygen bleach. Some of us buy oxygen bleach in the market. There is vanish oxy bleach that you normally use to pre-soak your clothes with hot water. Once it's being soaked with hot water, the heat and the water helps to release oxygen. The oxygen goes in turn to pull out all the dirt from your clothes. This sodium percarbonate helps to brighten your whites, helps to remove yellowish stains from the armpit of your clothes and make your clothes beautiful. What I'm adding now is fragrance, and I'm using lemon fresh fragrance. Sodium percarbonate is kind of, it will help you replace enzymes. I know whenever you see most recipes on how to make powder detergents online, they'll tell you if you want to remove stains, make sure you add in enzymes like protease, lipase, and the rest of them to help you remove food stains on clothes. But if you have sodium percarbonate, you can use it. Sodium percarbonate, you can buy it from the market. Is some of them are coated. It is like that in the bag. You can actually make it yourself, but I would prefer you just buy it, because so that you won't stress yourself about how will you start making sodium percarbonate. Just ask your dealers, some of them, to tell you to sell to you said sodium percarbonate. You need it. It's called oxyclean, oxygen clean, oxygen chlorine. It is very safe, eco-friendly, and safe in the environment. It is most preferred compared to chlorine bleach. Oxygen bleach, it is better than chlorine bleach. It will not tear and wear out your fabrics and your clothes. It will brighten your clothes and remove all the stains in your clothes. It is more like a booster that we added in this powder detergent to help it to clean more. After adding it, you mix it very well, and then you start to filter. You see this stage right now that we are trying to filter. It is a very important stage if you want to have a lightweight substance at the end. So many times some people will tell me after making my powder detergent, if I should check, measure at 500 grams and weigh, it looks very small, but the 500 grams they sell in the market looks very full. The sachet is very big. Have you tried sieving your powder detergent after production? Do you know these companies go through a lot of procedures? Their SOPs is very, very, very tricky that you just can't achieve it just by mixing your products in your home. So you should try as much as possible to at least use the sieve in your home to try to sieve your powder detergent. You can at least try to even sieve it twice. You use the one with the bigger holes, sieve the first one, and then you also use the one with the tinier mesh to now sieve the second one. I even see people, mini companies that produce powder detergent here on YouTube also doing that. I see those Indians that make powder detergent, they try as much as possible to sieve their powder detergent. Look at what I got out from my own. This would have incurred, would have added up to the weight I would have gotten from my powder detergent. Now my powder detergent is now very beautiful, neat, and free flowing, because I remove those filtrates out of it. Those filtrates, you can go ahead and pound it and use it next when you are producing your powder detergent. You can also use it to make scoring powder for washing the back of your pot, your porcelain sinks, and your stainless steels. Or you can just use it at your home. Your children can use it and wash their clothes. But for the one that is very neat and beautiful and neat and fluffy, you can actually package it. So that is what I'm doing now. So after filtering it, removing the large granules. Now I have the powdered one, the one that is now beautiful that you can package. Look how beautiful it is. Leave am o. Bamglam they create sha. This recipe is a very beautiful recipe for somebody that wants to start up powder detergent business. Be it this year, be it next year, you have plans and you're looking for a startup formula, a stepping stone formula to just use and try out your hand. This is a 5 kg recipe. At the end of the production, you may actually get more than 5 kg, around 5 point something kg though. But this is your first recipe for you to try out. I'm telling you, this is the best recipe you will see on the whole of internet. This is the best you will see on the whole of the internet that have done a very good job in explaining this procedure to you very well, for how you can make a very good and perfect powder detergent that you can use to at least brag a little bit that you make this. So you can make this and add to whatever you are doing, whatever you are producing and selling. This will give, this is a very high quality procedure, a very high quality powder detergent that we made. So try as much as possible to follow the recipe the way I stated it in the video, and you won't be disappointed. And can you see how brightly is coloring, how white it is? After actually sunning it on, putting it under the sun, the color improves. You see it becoming very more beautiful and better. If you should do this, you will like it. If you should make this production, you fall in love with it. And then for the fragrance, try as much as possible to use sharp fragrance. Most times when people are making powder detergent, they mostly use first notes and second notes kind of fragrance. You use fragrance that will be appealing to your customers. Remember the aroma when I was started this video in the beginning, I mentioned some of the characteristics that people look out for. The aroma. They want to see your fragrance, how beautiful it is. They want to be able to perceive some freshness when they are using your powder detergent to wash. They want to, after washing with your powder detergent, they smell their clothes, they want to still perceive some freshness in it. So make sure you're using a very good high quality powder fragrance when you are working. That way you keep having your customers returning to you. There's nothing more like a returning customers. So right now what I'm using is just a transparent nylon to package. I packaged the small ones 250 gram each. I got 4 pieces of it. And then for the big one, I packaged 1 kg each and I got 4 pieces of it. Total of 5 kg. This actually excludes the one that we actually sieved out, those ones that are large granules. If you should weigh those ones, it may actually also give you an extra 1 kg of powder detergent. So from this recipe, if you put everything together, you should be having like a total of 6 kg. This will give you an estimate. With the recipe I dropped in the screen, you can actually do a cost estimation of what your cost production will be like and what your profit will look like after putting up your selling price. I believe the 1 kg of powder detergent in the market is sold as much as, in my area, as much as 2,000 naira. I don't know for where you stay, but as little as 800 grams in my area, you can even go for 2,000 naira. So not to talk of even 1 kg. Once you are done, use your sealing machine to seal the top of your nylon so that you won't have a spill. If you don't have a sealing machine, don't bother buying this kind of nylon that need you to seal. Buy pouch nylon, all these imported China pouch nylon that have come with ziplock at the tip of it, or some persons just call it ziplock nylon. They normally use it to put food in their freezers. It comes in different types. There are some called stand-up pouches. These stand-up pouches, they have ziplock at the mouth and they can actually stand on the shelf. You can get those kind of nylons. They are as cheap as less than 200 naira. You can buy them and use them and fill and then ziplock it and sell. Now you don't have to seal it. You just place your label over it and you are done. and put a thank you for purchasing from us sign at the side of it, and you are done. If you have a sewing machine, it will be cheaper for you because you can work with this kind of nylons. The kind of nylons I'm using now are sold as at a count of per 50 per 50. Some of them are per 100. They are very easy to find and very easy to use in the market. Before you start asking me where can you buy it, you have to step into your market, your local market. Ask people that deal in packaging materials, people that sell nylon to market women. Please, I want to buy transparent nylon. They will show you the shops where they are being sold, and then you can now check for prices. The small one is called 5-inch nylon, while the big one is about 8 to 10 inches nylon. You can buy it and make use of it to package your commodity, and then you are good to go. They are very glassy on the body. They look shiny, so it can actually give you a good appearance even after placing your label on it. They don't easily fade up that way. So I've given you options of how to package and how to seal, how to use the stand. I mentioned the stand-up pouches or the Ziploc nylons if you don't have a sealing machine. Because if I say you should go and get a sealing machine now, it will be very expensive. That means your cost of getting equipment now will be too much for you as somebody that is just starting. So don't bother about sealing machine or nylons that you can seal. Get Ziploc nylons. I know a lot of people that use Ziploc nylons. And do you know who are your customers? Dry cleaners, white garment church people that goes to white garment churches. They are mostly around my side. These people don't joke with powder detergent and bleach. They should be your target customers. Go and meet their prophet and tell them that you make this and it cleans white very well. I bet you they will be buying from you every blessed day. These are the kind of people that you should be contacting if you are just starting on a low scale. They buy it a lot. And also those people that offer laundry services, home laundry services, dry cleaners and the rest, if they know that your powder detergent foams very well and then it removes stains, I bet you they will leave those ones they buy from the supermarket and they will be buying from you. There is a whole lot of products you can put on your list if you actually want to go into producing household cleaning agents. But first, you need to check who are your customers, who are you selling to, how will you reach them, and how will your market get them. Thank you for watching my video to this point. I hope by this time you must have liked this video and subscribed to my channel. Thank you for always being there for every video I upload. God bless you all.